Good morning, everyone. My name is Marcela Hernandez. I am the Executive Director from a grassroots organization called Familias Unidas en Acción, which stands for Families United in Action, short in FUA. And I'm here today with a great sense of urgency. It is extremely important for me for you to know what is happening in our cities, in this city of Baton Rouge. We've heard a lot of information about New Orleans, but unfortunately, the city of Baton Rouge, Dedham Springs, Gonzales, Baker is also under attack. And for me, it's fundamental that we talk about this because it's happening right here in our own streets. My daughter was studying the history of this country, the independence of this country. And we were preparing for her social studies test, she was able to identify some incongruences with what's happening today and what is happening to our community right now. Inequality and justice were topics that we had a conversation in our living room table when we were preparing for her test. And it is very sadly for me to see that is exactly what is happening to our communities right now. What you heard today from other community members and community advocates is the realities that our community members are facing in this city. We have encountered babies, newborn babies, whose mother had to go to work and they are being left behind without having the opportunity of having their breast milk and simply asking for diapers and formula because their mother is right now in detention. We've seen families with children with autism, families who have chronic illnesses like diabetes or cancer that are not able to go to doctor's appointments. This is real. We've encountered individuals who don't even have toilet paper in their own homes. What we're seeing right now is not only a campaign that tries to undermine our inherent human existence, but it's a campaign that is promoting hate. And we cannot normalize that, and especially in a city like Baton Rouge, a city that is a welcoming place for everyone, a city that is diverse and that understands that we are also humans. Throughout these several weeks that we have gone through this time, we have seen drones flying around our neighborhoods, invading our own privacy, your own privacy as well. We have seen individuals being pulled over and taken away, even if they have legal immigration cases open. We've seen individuals, as you heard before, that are U.S. citizens and residents that are also being taken away. Individuals that are being deported without due processes. So if we talk about justice, we gotta remember that justice starts within us as well. So I'm gonna say this. We're in time of Christmas. How are we supposed to celebrate Christmas when we have children that are hungry right now in the city of Baton Rouge? When we have families that are not able to even go to a food pantry because our streets are so dangerous for them to drive? When we see cars abandoned down the streets and we see children that are being taken care of by individuals they don't even know simply because their parents were taken away. So for me, this Christmas, it is very conflicting. And all I can tell you is, if you woke up this morning in your home, you're privileged. If you woke up this morning on the side of your child, you're privileged. If you woke up and you had breakfast this morning, you're privileged. And if you're privileged, then you gotta do something. And it is everybody's responsibility to do something. This is not only the responsibility of organizations like us that work with immigrants, but this is a social responsibility. And if you have privilege, use them. Make sure that you have conversations with your children because racism starts in home. When you have conversations with your children, when you have conversations with your family members, when you involve your neighbors and you teach them about the complexities of migration, then you can really be an agent of change. You really can do something. But if you remain quiet and you just ignore what is happening and believe that it's just a rumor, as I have been told before, then you're really not going to be able to contribute to this fight. I would say for individuals that are constantly calling us and asking us, how can we help? There's several ways that you can become involved. First of all, get in touch with organizations that are grassroots, that are right there on the ground, working and serving our immigrant community. Also, make sure that you get in touch with business, a small immigrant business. They are suffering greatly. Go and support their business. Go and purchase your items there. Also, for schools, administrators, make sure you have a contingency plan that is clear and understandable for organizations like us, so we can give the right information to our community members. Truancy is real, and we cannot continue criminalizing our community members just simply because they're being placed in a position of not sending their children to school just to safeguard their families. I will also say, if you are interested in really getting involved, know that there are different solidarity networks out there. We're all trying to support our immigrant communities. And we know that when one community suffers, the entire community is being harmed. If you think that this is not going to harm you, let me tell you, this will harm you one way or another. And if you think that this is not going to touch you, it is going to come and knock the door of your house at some point. So what I want to say is, please be aware that horrible things that are happening here in this city, in the city of Baton Rouge. We have families, we have children that are unable to celebrate Christmas. On Wednesday and Thursday, when you're celebrating Christmas, I want you to, all of you, make a prayer for our families, our children that don't have a toy, don't even have food on their table. So I want to say the last thing is thank you for everyone for being here. Thank you for all of the allies, the partner organizations, our faith leader community, Free the Swamp campaign, everyone. Because of your support, we're able to continue doing the work that we do. There's nothing harder than feeling alone. But because of this collective love and this collective support, we can continue growing together and keeping our community safe. And we're not going anywhere because Louisiana is our home. Thank you.